while since I've been like streaming. Hopefully that works. Yep. Okay. Just send the test chat in there to see if it actually does come up on my. It's slow, but it's up there. Okay. Loud compared to. Oh yeah, I forgot I put stream. What am I trying to? I should have nothing added. Okay. I'm not gonna start like just do a run because it has actually been quite a while since I've done all of the stuff. I need to actually get up my. No, I have notes somewhere actually. I think I posted it in the Discord. ASB route. How new is this though? I might just have to get up my own. I don't know if I've added all of the new ones. Oh, 5613. Yeah, okay. Let's have a look-see then. Oh, I didn't. I've done on my new layout. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's all normal. Let me see if I can do. Capture, do not make source visible. That is okay. So I'm just gonna quickly skim through this. Okay. So yeah, this is all normal. We get the teleport at Coral. We go back, do the fishing tutorial. Then we do the bed FC. Fight Kairos. We do that again. We go to Serent Garden. Jump. Load. Pause. Swap out. Swap back in. Load. And then it's just mashing. Swap and examine. Now, do I do this strat now? I don't. Okay, so there's a new strat here. that allows us to skip this run back. Oh, I didn't turn off my kitchen light. 1 second. Watching this game for the first time. I do recommend it. Good morning. Assuming it's morning. Okay, so now we can skip this run back using a thing. We still have to do this hover though. It's fine. Do I wonder? I'm just trying to think real quick. I'm pretty sure you could hover out of. Now, yeah, we get boss mode, run back, trigger Kong, so we get the Donna. Yeah, if you like your fast paced like JRPGs, then yeah, I highly recommend this game. Okay, so go set up for this. Grab the warp, boss mode into fine. Go get X Metal and do Pirate Revenant. X Metal for double jump. Okay, yeah. So this is. I mostly remember all this. I'm just remembering like some of the like smaller details there because it's been like 2 months since I made this route. Yeah, Pirate Revenant, which is fine. I don't know if this is the better way of doing it. It might be. Because we still need boss mode anyway, so I don't think it really like, makes a difference. Boss mode in. Yeah, because we do that and then that works out pretty nicely there. We need to refight this, unfortunately. Just puts Addo into the party. Okay, then we do all of selection sphere. So all the selection sphere, then we go up Baja. Fine. Oh, then we do Basileus. Then we go backwards to go to name of it now. Thanks for thanks for the good luck, Scotland. Do this backwards. Oh, Doxa, yeah. Now we run up to Geesburn and Avocado 2. Both Lombrius. Is Lombrius? Yes. Angela. Swamp Time. Just very quick. Oh yeah, and Cold Counters and and then the Kia got off. Oh yeah, we take the boss mode into Okeanos. Clear it so we don't have to fight Avocado 1 again. That makes it. Now I need to remember all of like the strats of the bosses. Autumn Sale. Oh yeah. I mean, it's not like actually too far until like Black Friday, so maybe they do something then. But then again, it is like a couple months away still. It's just Kiergaard, then Clarion, and then Theos, right? Oh, Brachion. I remember. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure didn't I still have an issue with Theos 2? I need to find a solution for this fight, but fine. Oh no, I went for that strat. Okay. That's fine. I'll probably end up doing that in the marathon run because it is just so much safer. Wait. Oh, at least. Wait, did I lose? Oh yeah, I got I got blue balled like instantly. Wait, one blue ball, two blue ball. Yeah. Okay. Damn, that could have been a sub 56 if I didn't get blue balled. Okay, right. Let me get rid of. Let me keep that up. Actually, somewhat. Actually, let me just adjust. Yeah, this is better. Bottom config. I need to check. That's the metric one. I eventually need to change. At one point in the run, I need to change this to map. Oh, that's a point. Do I have? Default. Let me just check. Yeah, we're allowed to use action sets now, so I can swap between this for hovering without the need to constantly go into the options to change the button layout. But every time you want to hover, there's generally quite a lot in this game. You would have to go into options, change the button layout, go to hover, change it back. But for the sake of like comfort, tedium, less tedium. Now I need to remember what I pressed to get the. Do I have it anywhere? I don't think I set the thing. I mean, just. I probably should have checked all this before I started. Fun config. The fishing is up. Ally behavior is. What do I have on? I don't have anything on minus. So I just need to add it to that. Select action set. Change actions. Play name. Now I do that. And set change actions. Beat when changed. How loud is that beat? I could just eat them. Oh wait, is there a limit of? Oh okay, no, I actually pressed it way too much. Oh god, no, no. Okay, that's fine. I think. It doesn't like block anything like UI related. Let me just. Wait, why is that? Oh. Did it again. I just get used to this controller. I mean, it is possible, but the actual like logistics of it might be a bit weird. I've not tried it, so I won't be the best person to ask about that. I know there was one guy, I believe it was Show Legend. That is gonna get. I don't know. I just get used to that because for some reason they put the turbo button right next to the start button. And I keep pressing it. Okay, so yeah, like I need to like practice explaining stuff here. So I'll probably just end up waffling quite a bit, so just bear with me. This is just sort of our general tutorial. During this, it's just teaching us how to obey it. This is actually our timer. We can actually lose a bit of time here, depending on like when it does the slams. And we're going to be setting up the stun bar for a very specific, so it lines up with a tutorial pop-up. Currently it's health gated at the moment. Got it. Sort of got it there. Now we're just gonna roll them down stat because it actually does fastest attack and does the most damage. By lining up that stun bar then, it allowed us to stun it at a very specific time. Because otherwise it will get up too early and then we have to kind of like reset. Our first form of, like, our main form of movement here is going to be arcing, just attack, roll, cancelling. Just dodging and, like, attacking, like, attacking and dodging pretty much simultaneously very quickly. So we've got our first allied character here. He's mainly sort of the fast character. But normal movement, she's faster. But Adol with attack roll cancelling is quite a bit faster. Got our basic tutorial here. Works. Anyway, where we can't attack, I'll usually just swap to Laxia. All good. Okay, so here we actually want... It wants us to, like, open a bunch of chests, but if we jump and attack into the wall here, we can actually just skip that. So with arcing, you actually have to time our presses like as soon as we land, because if we press it like even slightly earlier, we'll just get a down attack and lose it at a time. Yeah, so we have our like first like, actual boss here, and we're going to be using a damage build. So by stacking a bunch of like projectile attacks, it will eventually like overflow like a hit counter, and it starts making your attacks hit on every single frame. And of course that absolutely shreds bosses. You'll be seeing a lot of that during this run. So this is our like first form of like freedom that we get now. We're just gonna go straight to the next boss. Pick up our third character. Sailor's other fighter. We're just gonna use it actually to build up the hit counter. It's a hard. He has high base damage. Can apply that base damage to the damage to lich. So Sahad is our like slow and strong hitting character. He's also technically the fastest for arcing, but he is a lot harder to do it consistently. So here we can actually spam, swap, and jump. And it allows us to like scale that wall and skip having to... This skips having to go back to camp. And coming here a different way. So we're only coming up here to grab a wall. For later on. Now we're going to go back and start and progress the story just a little bit more. There is a fishing tutorial here that we try and skip this. Later on it will try and do it, and these fish are just not here in like later chapters, so we would essentially just soft lock in a way. We need to make sure we get this out of the way early. Okay, so now we would go back to Coral Forest, but now we're gonna do something completely out of... So we're gonna save next to this bed. We're gonna exit the title screen. There's a chance this won't work, so we're gonna load the file. Now, on mouse, I have bound interact and was on the same button. Now we're gonna load that while we do that. It will give us this, would you like to rest here, with like door movement. Gonna line up so I have an easier time to find the door, entranceway. And we get a fade out here. I'm gonna run all the way up here. So what this is doing is it's playing the resting like sequence. And then after that, because we left the room, it set the camp into like a state where all of the cutscene triggers are just there, and running over them just queues them up. So we're just gonna get a bunch of cutscenes like there. So we're waiting for this Dana cutscene. And of course, we are now in sort of chapter 7, I think it is. So now this is going to get us access to another character, who is by far the fastest character in the game. Okay, so we got our first boss here. Well, this game has like a guard that you can do. If you press it at the right as the moment you get hit, you'll get a flash guard, which makes you invulnerable, makes all your hits critical. There's also one for dodge, makes you speed up and stay invulnerable for a bit as well. Kind of slows them down. So we actually wanted to defeat that. Now it puts us back here. However, we are going to do the same thing again, but we're going to skip a different cutscene because it will give us a... Oh, need to leave camp once here because otherwise the bed for some reason becomes interactable. Not entirely sure why. Okay, so yep, now we go to the target screen. Again. So this just clears like the cutscene like keep. So we're just gonna do that same thing. Make sure I line up. Okay, now go to the same spot. But we actually go up a bit higher. This will trigger one more cutscene, and it bugs out the Donna cutscene. I'm gonna see all these cutscenes again. So we'll see the first Donna cutscene. And we see the Laxia cutscene. On second Donald. Now we get this glitch cutscene, but if we skip this, we are now adult party in the past. And there is a very big reason that we want to bring adult party to the past. There isn't actually too much you can do here, because the story state for this is just kind of bugged out. This part's a bit of a lengthy run, but what we are going to be doing at our location is breaking the game massively. So I'm sticking to arcing, well, like on flat and raised, like elevation, or upwards hills. And then I'll swap to Laxia for anything like hill. It is quite hard to do arcing downhill. So we're already at like Valley of Kings. Oh god. Doesn't mess up anything, right? Okay. Alright, so we're at 7 Garden. But in the past. So I'm gonna line up next to this loading trigger. I'm gonna load the file, and this puts Laxia in the loading trigger. I'm gonna swap to her, load the file again. Now this essentially puts us in a like loading state known as which we call void state. Now with Laxia like kind of stuck in the like loading trigger, I'm gonna swap to her. That makes Adol like teleport. Now we're gonna line up here. This is right next to a ledge. We're gonna jump, save, load. We're gonna offer pause, swap Adol out for the inactive member, pause, unpause and pause. Do that again. Now Adol should be sent all the way out of bounds to a like area that's like completely unplayable. And so we swap to them, save and load, which allows us to directly teleport to him. Now this puts us next in a place minus 100,000. And you see there's an examine text here. Now what possibly could be this far out of bounds? Fortunately, it's an activation for one of the Dana segments, which so happens to be the one that happens after the Mist Bridge. So this puts us into pretty much almost final chapter. Now there is supposed to be a crystal here, but it is just invisible. So now what we're gonna do, I need to make sure to change my where is it? This. Now I'm gonna do the same where I pause, but this time I bound it to map, so it's gonna open the map when I'm on the other side. Now we do that. That's gonna put us back here. So now we're in a, like, sort of less glitch. Now I'm gonna swap to my duo bind, and we're gonna hover all the way up here. I might also still be in void state, which I just need to... If that is the case... Okay, I am still in void state. The way to fix that void state is just by... going to title screen, load the file. Because void state makes all loading triggers like just not work. Essentially, just disables them. Because it still thinks we're in a like loading state, so it never like fully finished. Okay, so I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna hover it again. We're going to come all the way over here to the loading trigger that is just left over. Now Donna is in the future. Let's make sure we don't touch any warp points there, because otherwise those warp points become completely inaccessible. This boss... Now, we're gonna be... Like actually leaving a boss fight without defeating it will put us into a mode of, like, boss mode, or boss state. Meaning, the next, like, area that has a scripted fight or a boss, when we enter the area, it will instantly trigger that boss. Which is very useful for a lot of things. Allows us to get bosses that aren't like on the correct like story state. Now, in this room is one of the fights for Adol for like one of the like side quests. But like doing this, because it sets the party to like Adol for a bit, it actually like mess with how the party system is like seeing the game. Now, so if I cross arrow, yeah, now Donna in the future again. So we can do a lot of stuff here. I need to remember what I'm doing from here now. Early mist turtle. So now go back through. Yeah, Kiva. Finally got round to it. So. Cross there and then go to Coral. And we're gonna go back to one of the like starting early game areas. Hey, elegant. So yeah, we're gonna go to Coral now, which is like very start of the game. Oh yeah, it's different. The hovering is like slightly different now. Do I want to do it this way? I do. I'm just gonna hover, come over to this area. Down. I'll make sure we grab this chest. This is the most broken skill in the game, and it's for Adol. Of course, we don't actually have Adol. That will change very soon. Got to push down the log. I did. Yes. Okay. Now we need to go up here. Because we need to actually get one of these NPCs. Thank you. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna do this again because I forgot to do. Forgot to push down the log because it's faster to teleport back than it is to like run back the way you came, because it forces us to do the one of the equipment tutorial things. I don't need to do this now, but I'm just doing it for okay, so let me go all the way up here. So there is a trigger in this room that we have to avoid. Otherwise it just messes with like story state stuff. I need to stay as Donna because it's the one that gains the most height. So essentially what I'm doing there is swapping and then pressing the other swap and attack at the like same well, one after the other. And that interrupts. I don't want to explain that actually. Yeah, so I'm pressing both swaps right after the other, but one of them has attack bound. So that actually just interrupts the attack. So we're gaining the height from the initial like attack. And because your characters are constantly rising, when you attack when you're rising in the air, you'll always get a aerial attack. If you're falling and you start an attack, you'll get like a down stab. So where am I going after this? Oh god, I'm still playing the video. Yeah, I doubt the devs expected just how broken this game is. I mean, the initial port was great. Yes. Like the whole reason like attack chaining working is because it slightly rises you, and you trick the game into thinking that you're just always going up. So. Wait, is it just? Oh, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Nothing. So we came here to set up the wall point for this boss, because this is our easiest access, or fastest access to boss mode. We're gonna come back to the mist, and now we're gonna enter here. Now this, my brain's wanting to do. Usually. So this boss was our biggest, like, barrier for skipping all of the raids and stuff. Because the story flags required to access this boss is, like, hard-coded. Like, after one of the raids. And that one raid requires, like, so many things to set up to make it even possible and viable. But now doing the void teleport glitch we did earlier allows us to skip all of the setup that we had to do for the raid. Yeah. Oh, is game volume like? Wait, is it the game volume? Let me just double check. Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I am a bit quiet. Okay, that's probably a lot better. Yeah, I got a new mic. Well, it's the same mic. I just replaced it because the old one started breaking. So I'm still kind of working out the audio balance again. But yeah, thanks for letting me know, Elegant. I really appreciate it. Hopefully that is better. Okay, so we're kind of forced to do this Dana section sort of again. Thankfully, a glitch that we did earlier doesn't mess with this, with us completing this. Okay, we can utilize like jump dashing here. Because Danas don't really have access to arcing. So the way their attacks work kind of prevents arcing from being used. Oh, yeah, we just do this. Okay, so now we have that. The Ephros and its X metal. Come down here. Instant void out because we don't actually have the bridge yet. I have to make sure a warp needs to always be accessed. Now, there's a couple reasons why we go to Barger Tower now. It opens that gate, which is faster than hovering over it. And we're going to be able to get double jump, which is going to make traversing a lot more easier. And removes one of the hovers that we would need to do. Reminds me, I do actually need to swap to duo because there is a hover coming up. Yeah. Like usually you would need a to do a Donna section there to for like tree to spawn so you can get up there normally, but hovering just kind of skips that. Infinite height stuff, of course, is very, very wait, do I need this? I don't think I need any of this, right? No. I mean, maybe the ring for Adol. Yeah, I think it's that. I can't remember if we actually grabbed that. Oh, ow. Oh, through. Let me actually just double check. Is that in my notes anywhere? Coral. Oh, I've not updated that. Yeah, Barsha Tower. Blade Ring. Oh, yeah, I've not updated the notes. That's kind of bad. Yeah, the timing's like very weird. Unless you like mash it really fast. Because there's this like rhythm. I need to like actually just time it. Good PB for this game at the moment is currently my time. Huh? Oh, yeah, game time. There we go. But my run isn't like that great. I think a good time would probably be like a 53, probably. Maybe 50XX. No, I got a... This is my... I think... 5613 is my PB. I think anywhere like... Between like 50XX to 52 is probably like good. I think sub 50 is possible. But it'd be quite difficult. Okay, so we're gonna come here for X Metal. So Luminous is actually incredibly strong for damage glitch. Her just like standard attack can build up this like the damage stacks, and eventually it overflows very, very quickly. Yeah, Zwaya would probably absolutely destroy this when he gets his hands on it. Okay, so you get the Arcteryx swing, which gives us a double jump. So now we can go back to for a forest camp. Now we have to kind of do some running around. Grab like a couple warps. Did I want to grab... I wanted to grab thing first, didn't I? There's no bosses on the way, isn't... Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna get boss mode again, because we're gonna need it later on. Come here. Now we do the... Sun... I wish we heard Sunshine Coastline a lot more. And now it's back. So we could go all the way around, but it would make us like watch a bunch of like cutscenes and stuff, so we're just gonna hover over that. Alarm tone. It's actually like sometimes faster to just jump up hills. And then summon like... What's the word I'm looking for? Lesser inclines, you can actually just spam jump and dash. You have to be very, very fast. I did not get over that, but that's fine. Does that bug out anything? It does. We actually want to avoid getting... There's a trigger to get Hummel here, but we actually want to avoid it because it does actually mess with the party a little bit. I don't think it does too much, but I'd rather avoid any potential issues. Okay. Come up here to grab that warp for later. It's a nice spot to get it now. Yeah, this game can get very unhappy if you do, like, certain things like that. You never know if you, like, accidentally trigger something somewhere, and then it, like, just breaks something later on. Like, oh, you haven't talked to Kierkegaard? Well, rip you out. Oh, wait, I don't think I've done that yet. That's fine, I think. I don't think Kierkegaard is, like... I probably should try and talk to him. Huh? Hey, is there a reason I didn't get Kierkegaard? Did I put that in my notes anywhere? I haven't put it in my notes, so maybe not? Wait, did I even get God in the run? I'm kind of confused now. I do not. Okay, Kierkegaard is not required. Okay, I don't know why I got him then. Okay. So there's actually two routes we can take here. The one that goes down like through the beach, or is there's a secret route? And for the purposes of this, I'm gonna take the secret. Specifically to show it off. It's cool. We can actually just jump around this with double jump. It looks so silly. So there is actually a leftover loading trigger here. Which is not normally accessible. And this actually gets us to... What's this place even called? It gets us to the Nostalgia Cave. And then we can hover all the way over here. I need to make sure I stay like quite high, because if I go below my last grounded location, it will just void me out. Like so. This game's like handling of like when it treats you as like falling into a pit or out of bounds. Wherever your like grounded location is set, or like say like where you jump from, if you even go like slightly below that and there's no ground below you, you will just straight up void out. Which this game has a tendency to just void you out randomly when like rolling down hills, because your character will like when you roll, you just go airborne, and either there's some scene that the game like sees you as like out of bound, or there's nothing below you, so it just voids you out. Which would have been easily fixable just by making sure the grounded location, or like the void out, is like a few units instead of just where you were grounded from. So, hovering out of there, we actually managed to get into the pirate ship, Eleftheria. Because the loading trigger is just there, but it is quite hard to find sometimes. Then we're in here, we come out, and now we have Pyro Revenant. What am I trying to do? Now we're just gonna damage glitch this. We technically have actually everyone in the party, but if we like try and swap to any of them, it will just break the state that we're in. So do not actually need to like kind of progress to like weird story state that we're in. Wait, I need boss mode. I need boss mode first. So we're gonna go get boss mode again. Oh, Donna got grabbed. We go back here. Unfortunately, the reason we did pirate ship then was to make sure we get a story state for this to appear. And then we go to the bottom of the stairs. Now we can warp into Sanctuary. Yeah, it's not so much a macro, it's just action sets. So I press a button and it changes the control scheme. And this activates this boss, which is one of the only spawn if you're actually in the correct like story state for it. Which technically No, it's a previous one that need for this. If we walk out, this actually places us down here, which is close to the end of the Dana segment. So it works out quite nicely. So yeah, we needed boss mode to get to that boss, because otherwise it wouldn't be there. Come over here. Now that unlocks Archaic Chasm. Now we can go get boss mode again. Get used to this. This is going to happen quite a bit. So now go back here. But now we enter this. And this triggers this boss again. Unfortunately, we... Oh, yeah, I forget. Okay. We don't actually have Gratiki here. Because we never, like, properly unlocked her. So, yeah, we had to... trigger damage glitch specifically on the head, which can be a bit tricky because you will just bounce off the arms, which we can't break. It's fine. Now you see our party is Luminous and Adol. Okay, so where are we going now? Oh, Lucaris. Oh yeah, so it's just... Huh? Yes, Hydra. I do need a toilet though. A second. So we go to Certain Garden because we need to do this to clear the mist on the bridge. Now the cutscene that we skipped, or like jumped over in Coral Forest, was actually important because it would have given us a raid trigger. And if we had that raid trigger active, a optional raid trigger here would have activated. If we had the raid trigger from Coral Forest, then we wouldn't have been able to trigger that optional raid trigger there. Also unlocks warping in the final dungeon. We are at the final dungeon already. Normally we'd have to fight a bunch of like mini bosses to progress through here. But with the amount of hover power that we have, we can just go straight to the bosses. Now, we are actually considerably under level for this. But because damage glitch is just absolutely shreds bosses, it makes it super easy. And the main reason we're doing the final bosses here, or like early, is because it actually gives us a lot of levels, specifically onto Adol. Luminous is like, because Luminous isn't like be in the party, their levels kind of don't really work as well. Every time we enter like a Dana section, their levels get reset back to like whatever they are supposed to be in that Dana section. I think it's around like 46, I think it is. So we're actually hoping for Adol to learn skills here, which unfortunately is kind of RNG. We'll see. Tornado. I will just double check. Has he got anything? No, not yet. So ideally he needs Aura Blade and Force Edge. Force Edge is probably the better one to get. By far the strongest low SP class move. Has high base damage and like one hit. And covers a massive area. Okay, so we have a Nestor coming up here. This boss is generally quite difficult to get damage glitch on because he's quite small, moves around very fast. We do have a setup for this. Thanks to JFU. The stream went well. So yeah. Okay, I kind of messed it up. I can't remember if I'm supposed to use... Okay, so add over Arc Shot, Rising Slash, anything else? Sword Impacts. Not sure what if you got access to anything else. You did not get anything. Most people in Cell Slater. I need to refresh Cell Slater. So I got a decent time in Cell Slater, and then I found that like 30-second time save. I'm like, oh, okay. And they just never updated it. You're racing Ghost, aren't you? What am I doing? I don't need to do that. Already? Okay, Adult still didn't learn anything. It's stunning. Okay, so what actually comes up? Carver Rose, which is Washer Tower. Sumo Crab. Oh, no. So, another reason why we specifically did Selection Sphere early is it gives Adol his best weapon. So now we have a lot of strength. Fortunately, Adol also has a like decent attack chain, and it's a lot easier with Luminous in the party. This wouldn't work anywhere near as well with just like regular Adol party. Oh yeah, doesn't have much. I don't have any other real skill for Adol right now. I'll probably get off Carvers anyway. Yeah, I can skip all of this by hovering. There's a glitchless way of doing that as well. I keep trying to like... There we go, full search. Okay. We are now pretty much set. Oh, I forgot you're supposed to special. And Aura Blade. Which, honestly, I don't think Aura Blade's it. Yeah, as you can see, Tornado just absolutely destroyed. You're gonna notice Luminous is gonna like keep attacking into like corners quite a bit, because normally Luminous is not supposed to be AI controlled, and I'm pretty sure Luminous is the only one with like a continuous like attack that they can do, so they just get stuck in their like normal attack. What? Carveros, Asilius. Yeah, we're gonna go back to Seren Garden. We're gonna come out here. Now you're probably wondering, we don't actually have the sword or the Purifying Charm. Purifying Charm? Or Purifying Bell. Which we would need to defeat this. However, Only thing that's actually needed, or that's required, the Purifying Bell, is actually to defeat the outer enemies, but you can just hover over that. Basilius himself doesn't actually require. So we can just take care of that without needing the Purifying Bell. And now a weird turn of events is we have to do this place backwards now. So we hover over the loading program. All the way back in bounds. I want to try aim for the middle pillar. And make a jump over here. We could probably just go straight to this. That gives Adol a bit more strength. Now you're probably thinking like strength doesn't like matter like that much, because if we do like infinite damage through damage glitch, extra strength wouldn't really make that much of a difference, but it does quite a bit. Make sure I get flip back and bounce. Otherwise we get stuck. Okay. Fortunately, the roof in that area is like, now we can come over here. You can kind of hug the wall. Go in here. Nice. Yeah. That's just a bit of extra strength as well. So, as long as we keep our like base damage high on Adol, damage glitch is like will be considerably faster. It's like if he's too weak, then he starts doing like very low numbers, and like the difference between 5 times or 5 damage times however many hits is a lot lower than like 25 hits. Yeah, I don't know why the first door is specifically open. It shouldn't be. Well, this boss does actually require the Purifying Bowl. Otherwise, the boss will just straight up revive if you don't have it equipped. Do I do something funny for the It's probably best I not try and show off like something that's a bit kind of weird. So I'll probably have trouble actually finding this tree, to be honest. Nah. I kind of want to show that off in the run. Yeah, so we have to actually go up Gendon backwards, because we don't actually have the normal way to... way we would normally go up Gendon. We don't have access to that. It's actually just much faster to go up backwards. Because Luminous is like extremely fast. Yeah, I think that one would actually be kind of cool just to show off. My default. There, let's a geese burn. This boss used to be the complete bane of everyone's existence. It is just full of like invulnerable phases. We can't damage him, but we are just gonna completely. Oh, too soon. We got it in there. If you get him below a certain HP, he will they go into phase 2 where it literally just wastes 40 seconds. You cannot damage him at all. And even if you were able to hit him, he cannot die unless he's like landed somewhere. Go down. See, going down Gendon is a lot faster than going up. Now we're gonna get avocado. It's actually just faster to kill it normally than it is to just damage it, because our damage is so high right now. This will get us another character, but we will not be seeing other characters. Okay, so what? Geese run. Now I've caught it 2. Now we can start clearing up some of the early dungeons that we ignored. can just completely skip over most of this dungeon. Because it's the first boss on behind. So it can actually be faster to set the difficulty to higher here, as it spawns the tentacles a lot quicker. Starts off with like 2 spawns straight away. It doesn't matter too much because our damage is so high. Yeah, Force Edge is like kind of weird sometimes. Like, I mean, a lot of the skills have like weird things. I think the Force Edge hitting like multiple times might actually just be more to do with position more than anything. Because I know in like pre-patch, Hummel's burst shot can hit like 2 to 3 times, sometimes 4, I think actually. Just based purely on position. Yeah, it's been a while since I played like this. Yeah, I know the timing for the one though. Like on the second red flash of the thing. Okay, so it just gargantuous. So there's that one. Now you can go alarm. Oh yeah. Grand Blue is so weird with blocks sometimes though. I never actually did the Infinity. Yeah, Magmandra used to be a completely painful boss when you did it normally. Now it's just used like 2 or 3 skills instead. But normally we don't actually need to pick up these floating shoes, but it is probably is actually slightly faster to grab them. You don't need to like hover over all the swamp and stuff. You can just run all the way through. And then this boss can be a pain if you don't kill it quick enough, because it just keeps phasing going back into the bomb. But damage so high, it honestly just falls over. So now there is another boss that has some very weird requirements. But we can actually use one of the old methods, or a different method of forced cutscene. Actually get access to him. No, it only really works with if you have Luminous. Luminous is so fast. So we're actually gonna boss mode of Volo Drago 1. We're gonna hover out, but we're not gonna leave straight away. Oh, we do not have XP. I'm gonna stand here. I'm gonna set that to offensive. Add a one-shot avocado. Now we need to run very quickly. Oh, I might not have made that. I didn't have double jump on. We'll see. I think I might be fine. Ooh. I don't know if that worked. I think it might have done. I will just check though. It did not. Alright, I'm gonna come in here. Gonna... Wait. Make sure I quit double jump. Save. Come in here. They're gonna hover out. Make sure character's defensive so they don't accidentally hit Avocado early. Over here. Set to offensive. Need it. I'm just gonna get SP first to make this work. Also, you can like just keep retrying this as long as you have boss mode. I'll hover out. Over here. I'm gonna hit it with a laser. Had to snipe it again there though. Didn't quite one shot it. Come all the way over here. Get that. Okay, so yeah, this is the correct cutscene. Puts us into like a glitched area. Now, we're not actually gonna go do that boss just now. We still have boss mode, so if we enter where Avocado is, it will just play that fight again. Oh, I was supposed to do cold counters first. It's fine. Oh god, no. Oh my god. I'm on default. Yeah. Having trouble with this. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, no. Of course. Yes. No. Brain not working. There's a reason we do cold counters first, because we need them. Yeah, we need to go get cold counters first. I ideally was supposed to do that before. During Avocado, like, boss cutscene stuff. Yeah, considerably over-leveled and over-geared for these fights, so they're not gonna last. They're gonna last a very short amount of time. Yeah, I will need to go re-obtain mode real quick though. Too far. Climate scale. Don't need to grab that warp. We have boss mode. It will instantly start this fight. I didn't actually get the full skip here. I managed to trigger damage glitch a lot earlier than I thought I would. That's Okeanis done. That one used to be like quite annoying to do. Fine. So now we can actually ignore the game wants us to do that. Oh yeah, we still get that. Go in here. This will stop the guard fight. Now this boss used to be very difficult to get damage glitch on, but now we do it so late, it just falls over. I think that's like every... Oh yeah. Okay, so now we go do... We can finally fight Clarion. Of course, with this being so low level, it just falls over. We need to go to Brachion. Down here for... Clarion, yeah. And this thing also falls over very quickly. And that's all the, like, story bosses that are required. We can now just go final boss. And it is actually faster to hover out here, because fortunately there is a floor down here. We have our, like, 3-phase final boss here. Three. Damage is like slightly low. First phase done. Say before Theos. Yes. There's actually a bug that can happen on second phase. But the heart just never spins. I don't know. Huh? I didn't even hear the slamming. Oh, I'm gonna be using Luminous for the egg anyway. Oh, come on. Oh, alright. Okay, just barely. Yeah, the core is really bad to hit now. Oh, we got good luck. Moment of truth. Did I forget anything? I'm pretty sure I. Oh, I can open the map. That's good. Okay. Yeah, I mostly remember now. I did like one or two things out of order, but it's not like, even if I do a couple things out of order, it's not actually that big of. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure like sub 55 and quite a bit further is possible. There is no order. Well, there is like somewhat of an order because do some things out of order, it just breaks. Which no isn't actually that much of an issue because we skip the things that used to break stuff. Being like Kierguard and Watchtower. Probably actually like do a run now then. When I have all my saves, I have practice saves anyway. But even if something does go off when the run, I can just load a backup save if I need. Oh yeah, I need to delete saves. Okay, so I'm probably gonna like keep trying to explain like during while I'm running. I need to get used to like nope, can't config. Turns back. Well, a lot of this is going to be like quite hard to explain because this game is like so fast paced that by the time you actually get through explaining it, you're probably like a couple minutes ahead already of what that was. It's mainly finding the points. Like, because like damage glitch is like really hard to explain. Yeah. Was it Kohiro said they could do it potentially, but if not, I can ask in Discord. Okay, so I'm gonna do a run. I'll try just explain it with complete, like, winging it. I feel like when I try to write stuff down, I just get too much, like, bottled over myself. It's probably best that I just wing it. I'll probably write down at least, like, key points, not, like, paragraphs of, like... Yeah, I'm just kind of like gonna go with like overflowing the hit counter to the point where it can't keep track of all of the hitboxes, so it just overflows. I think the FPS part just because it's because we can do skills a lot faster. Every time you use a skill, it places the animation in memory, plays out the animation, but because you're doing it so fast, you're just filling up all the memory. And to the point where it just cannot... wonder if it just... And then once it fills up, it tries to wrap around, and then it enables the hitbox. Then it can't disable it properly, so it just going. Because when you throw out an attack, as soon as it hits, it disables the like damage box on that enemy that you hit. But where we overflow it, it gets to the point where it's unable to disable the hitbox on hit. So we just every single frame of that hitbox is now dealing damage. And it applies the base damage of the attack. So if you get a skill with high base damage, then that is a lot. Does a lot as well. So, I'm actually just gonna quickly write down a couple, like, so my brain is on. Movement. So movement, arcing, jump dash. Line. Glitch. Void glitch. Void glitch teleport. Yeah, I'm to see how Aura would feel about it. Yeah. Coherent said they would, but I would need to sit down with them and kind of go through the run with them. Minus 100,000. Yeah, they did say they would be up for it if needed, because their run is basically right after mine, so it kind of works out well for them. Wait, force. Oh yeah, bed. It's force. Scene in general. Scene stacking. Yeah. Dana hover and the back swap hover, I guess. Is there anything else that's in this run we really need to explain? We had the I have movement, damage glitch, void glitch with the teleport thing. Both of the force cutscenes. And Dana hover. Dana hover and attack swap hover. Is there anything else that's... Oh, boss mode. Boss mode and also, like... And, like, Donna. Sure. All to past. I might just call it time paradox at that point. Well, we send. First of all, we send Adol to the past. Then sends Adol to the future again, which then we get Donna to go to the future, then to the future again. Okay, so I just made a just a small list of like at least some things that I should explain. Okay, I will just go to the toilet first because I'm running up. Okay. Alright, let's do this. Let me start the game because I feel like it's been open for a bit too long. I need to sort of explain that as well. Just gonna start my spiel. I'm gonna be rambling a lot like last time. I need to make sure that we start the game from fresh. There is a trick that pretty much requires our like cutscene heap to be as clean as possible for it to work. And starting the game fresh cleans that. Now there is still a chance where it won't work, but we can save and load during and restart the game then. But of course that can lose time, so we just do it at the start. Okay, so we run on easy, just because we're mostly we rely on a damage glitch, and that damage glitch kind of makes difficulty redundant. And even on easy, we're actually still quite underleveled for most things, so. Oh, what the? Wait, did I delete the wrong thing? I did. I deleted the wrong thing. I deleted my settings. Oh, no wonder the game sounded like so much louder. Because it reset everything. There we go. I accidentally deleted SD mem. Oh, let me just check. Yeah, run on easy for this route. We are mostly underleveled for most fights because a lot of stuff early. You also use a load remover for this game, just because the loading actually does add up a long time. So many different PC setups. We have a lot of like basic tutorial here, just running around the ship. Movement here can actually be quite difficult. It's very easy to get stuck on like corners. We have our first tutorial boss here. So as soon as this tutorial starts here, it is now on a timer. And we're kind of looking for it not to attack right near the end, otherwise it delays the phasing. I'm looking to set up the stun bar in a very specific way. Nah, she did it. No, it should. Oh, okay. We got unlucky. Should be fine. Stun right as it did the tutorial. Now we're just gonna dodge and down spam. Yep. I'll make sure to kind of lure these. Didn't work too well that time. Oh, we're actually on the island now. I did not. Can actually skip that if you'll. Okay, so our first form of movement that we're gonna be having here is attack roll cancel, which is attacking and rolling like instantly after, and then repeating it like every time you like touch the ground. If you do it too early, you'll get a down stab. So I got a second character here, Laxia. Actually, generally quite a bit faster, just with like normal movement. But arcing arrow is faster. In parts where I can't attack, here, I would use Laxia, but she's not actually in the party yet at this specific point. Now she is. So here actually wants us to like open a bunch of chests. We're only just gonna pick up the sword. That actually gives us a bit of extra damage. And we're gonna jump on this box. Oh, I missed it there. We're gonna attack against the wall, and that actually allows us to skip the like chest tutorial. Okay, so now we have our first actual boss. And oh. So if you dodge or guard at the right time, you'll get a flash move and flash guard. They make you invulnerable and make your stuff like attacks always crit. Now you probably thought that boss died pretty quickly. So this game has a damage glitch. When you stack a bunch of hitboxes very quickly, eventually it fills up. like the attack fills up memory to the point where it cannot disable the hitbox properly. So it will start hitting every frame that the attack is out. Because usually when you hit something, it will disable the hitbox. But it only hits once. I'm gonna get our third character here, and here is a Volo Drago, also known as Avocado. Gonna get damage glitch with Flaxia, and just swap this to hard because he has higher base damage. So instead of going back to camp, we're actually going to take a bit of a detour. We spam, jump, and swap against this wall here. We actually time it. Whereas normally you would need an adventure item later on to be able to go through there. So actually just gonna come here to pick up a warp later on. I go back. We need to finish another camp tutorial. It's quite important that we do this early because these fish will not appear properly in later chapters, and it kind of just soft locks you. So I want to get this out of the way early. Need to continue the story a little bit. Now after this is where the run is going to change considerably. So we're going to go over to this bed. Hammock. We're going to go to title screen because this helps with the clearing the cutscene heap. Now I'm going to pause and interact with a double bind on mouse. I'm going to load that file. You see I have the option up. I'm going to do the same again, but I'm going to hit yes while in the menu. Okay, so this time it didn't work. First thing I can try, going into time attack. And we can try that again. Okay, so that time it did work. So now that is... what that's done is it started playing the rest sequence. And it's given us movement. And because we left that room, it put the camp into a sort of a debug state where all the cutscene triggers are active. And by running up here, we just queued up all the cutscenes. So we actually wanted this specific cutscene, because this puts us in a Dana segment. It's really late the game story. I believe it's like chapter 6. So yeah, we are quite far ahead. And we get access to pretty much the fastest character in the game. What a second. Nice face. So, Lingus is actually really strong when it comes to damage glitch. Her basic attack, if you hold it long enough, can just trigger damage glitch on its own. So we actually needed to clear that for one sort of weird reason. Because it changes our party after doing that. Oh, I need to make sure I reload this area. Yeah, that messes with our party just a little bit. It doesn't look like it has. So now, we're gonna do this a second time. Try to line up. Did work that time. So we're doing the same thing, but we're just, instead of stopping on this hill here, we're actually gonna go a bit further up to trigger one extra cutscene. As you can see, it's playing all the like same cutscenes that we walked through like last time as well. So by getting that extra cutscene, actually bugs out the transition for this cutscene, and this one like just breaks. But if we skip it, we're now in the past, but with adult party. Now we like have like time paradox stuff going on now. Now we've got quite a lengthy one to where we actually want to go with this. One of the biggest barriers in the previous route was there was a boss that was locked behind a raid, which required a lot of like setup to even make it viable, because it required weapons that allowed you to defeat like the dinos or primordials, and it required you to upgrade like defenses. So it just required so many things. But it was discovered that we could actually get to that boss using a very new, sort of not really understood glitch. It was mostly sort of random, but now we found a consistent way of actually getting it. Yeah, now we're in Seren Garden. And what I'm going to be doing is placing Adol next to this. Loading so it resets our party position. It puts Laxia in the loading trigger. We're going to load that file after we swap to them. This makes it so it gives us void glitch, and that makes loading triggers not interactable. You can see Laxia's kind of stuck in it because they're not supposed to be able to path through it. Now if we swap to them, that all kind of just gets disappeared. Well, teleported somewhere. So we're actually going to be position ourselves here, which is next to the ledge. I'm going to save and load. Offer the pause. I'm going to move Adol out to the inactive members. Unpause and repause. Do that again. Now we swap to Adol. So this has actually sent Adol out really far out of bounds. This is like minus 100,000, way out of bounds for what's normally playable. You'll see there is an examine here. You're wondering, like, what could this even be? Now, by interacting with it, she activates the ending sequence for one of the final Dano sections of the game, which conveniently actually puts us on the bridge, the Mist Bridge, which gives us access to the one boss that blocked us all these years. But I want to. So there's another small trick here. I'm gonna change my map to left click. So I have also map and interact. There's a crystal here it's just invisible. The story state is kind of weird. Now, by interacting and opening the map with that, actually allowed the map to be opened on this side. It allowed us to get here. Now we're just back in the Dana section. Just gonna come up here. So I also need to get rid of Void State, which the quickest way to do that is just by going to title screen. Now we use action sets because to allow us to find attack and swap to the same button without needing to do it in game. And by mashing those buttons as Dana Party, you can just gain infinite height. And now we're going to go out of bounds to another loading trigger that's just out here. And now Dana is in the future. Now, there's a very specific reason we're bringing Dana to the future. Need to do a little bit more setup stuff. So yeah, we're gonna enter this boss, but instead of fighting it, we're actually just gonna fly out. By leaving this area without defeating the boss, it puts us into like a boss mode state. And what that does is essentially, whenever we enter a new room that has a scripted fight or like a boss, it is gonna play that boss, or like start that boss sequence instantly. And that can be used to access bosses, refight bosses early and stuff like that. Now we're gonna come down here. This room actually has one of the side mini bosses where Adol gets to fight Kong to learn like a skill, but we're not too worried about that. The act of actually like starting that fight actually messed with the party again, because it gives you solo Adol to fight it. Now when we cross era, we now have Dana Party in the future, like the proper future now. Now we have access to all of this, or running, like, just doing whatever. We can just... And the main benefit of this is we have access to easy hover just with Dana. Of course, Luminous being extremely fast, make a lot of just running around. A lot. So we want to drop that bridge because we're going to go back through there very soon. Make sure we want to pick up that spiral manual. That is the most broken skill in the game by a long shot. Okay, so we have a level 13 boss and we're level 43. Of course, that fell over extremely quickly. Now I'm going to walk back to the camp, and because we dropped that shortcut, allows us to go to the upper route quick. So swap to my double bind. I need to avoid a cutscene trigger here, otherwise this causes some issues. Most of this is just a setup for this boss. We are not going to be killing this boss for a very, very long time. Gives us access to a very fast way of getting boss mode, which we 100% need, because if we come back to the mist, yeah, it just gives us access to this boss. Which is the one boss that we had trouble, like, accessing without all the requirements. So this saves probably about 10-15 minutes. And of course, damage to Lich just tearing it apart. Unfortunately, when we come out of here, we're forced to do a, like, Dana section. Currently, there's no way sort of around this, from what I've found. I'm pretty sure this doesn't apply though. Yeah, no. Just have to run down and go back to Siren Garden to get out of this. Just allows us to get out of here without all of that. Now we can just go down here. So our setup isn't like fully complete, but we're just clearing some of the bosses still. So we come over here earlier because that door. If we do it later, that door wouldn't be. We wouldn't be able to open it. We'd have to hover over it, which is slow. We're gonna go get a double jump. It's gonna make conversing a lot easier and faster. Because normally you need to do it on the segment to access Barger Tower, but hovering just, of course, completely ignores that. So we're going to be picking up a ring here, which gives like 30 strength. This dungeon usually requires you to do like a bunch of like running around. But hover just allows us to shortcuts. Let me just clear this boss because it's just quick. And it actually gives us access to double jump. Now, we want to go get boss mode again, so I'm just going to come over here. And we have to do a bunch of like running around, picking up some like war points while making our way towards another boss. Normally you would go all the way around here, but there is a cutscene trigger that kind of just blocks you a little bit. Plays a bunch of like different cutscenes, which is actually slightly faster just to hover up there. I'm gonna make a safety save here. I want to make sure we avoid a trigger here. Someone gives us a party member Hummel. And mess up the party. I've not actually like checked to see if it does cause issues. But we just want to be careful. Take left here so we don't trigger it. Yeah, we picked that wall pop there because that is an entrance to like one of the dungeons. We're gonna pick up another dungeon entrance here. But we're not gonna do those two yet. Hover past the beehives. Yeah, we're heading to the pirate ship. We do not have the correct trigger to even access the pirate ship, ever. We have ways of getting into it still. Now, there is actually another path of getting into this area, but I'm going to take a secret path. So that loading trigger is not normally, well, it's not supposed to be accessible, but it is left over from like beta or something. And fortunately, it's actually quite helpful. It gets us into Nostalgia Cape without having to go all the way around. Here. That it activates that fight because we had boss mode active. We're actually just gonna leave. Now, you'll see the boat isn't actually here. However, there it is. The loading trigger is just floating there. So we can actually just get access to it. And then now we have access to the boss. Oh, I have not been splitting properly. So we needed to do the pirate ship now, because this opens up another dungeon. Later on, otherwise we would have had to do some other stuff to get it to work. Oh, we're gonna get boss mode again. I almost like lost where I was going, man. Yeah, all that was to make this crystal accessible. We have to go down the stairs, then this opens up. Up to Sanctuary. Now we have normal like darkness here. Since we can hover, we can just take the back way here. Extremely fast. And I guess it's this one. Now we can actually just warp out of here, because it's right next to where we can end the Dana segment. Fortunately spawns the okay, so now we have to go get boss mode again. Now we're going to go back into this Dana segment, which puts us back into this boss. Now there's a very specific reason why we're fighting this boss again, and I'll leave the surprise until after. Oh, why? Done. Ah, it's unfortunate. A skill issue on my part there. gonna have to practice that a bit more. Okay, so how do we finish this? It's now gonna let us do this, like, all this again, second time. Now we're just gonna walk back. You'll notice the blue honor is gone. We now have honor and adult. Yeah, so now we get rid of the mist. So the trigger we skipped in Coral made it so that we could actually activate a optional raid trigger there, which prevents a warping getting locked later on. And yeah, we are now in the final dungeon. We are considerably underleveled. That's fine. We have damage to it. Now, usually we have to fight a bunch of mini bosses, but since we have infinite fight, we can just kind of fight to where we want to go. Yeah, we're level 45, this is level 67. Oh, adult why? Adult delayed the shot from hitting, which messed up my flashcard timing. Nice secondary effect of doing this early is it gives out a whole bunch of levels. And there is another benefit when we do all four of these. The next boss coming up is Minos. He has a lot of health and is considerably quite tanky. Of course, damage glitch is just gonna not care. So you can, like, technically, like, kind of survive like double damage glitch. It's the second one down. Now the third one is actually by far the hardest to do fast. If you don't kill him quickly, he will start doing a bunch of, like, flying around. You'll just be unable to hit him for a lot of it. And actually getting damage glitch to trigger on him can be somewhat difficult. So we do have a setup that makes it at least somewhat consistent. Save, just make sure you get it. Continuously attack. First attack. Second attack. You can get the full one, but it should be okay still. But it didn't go off. Okay, no. I thought I was still gonna get it, but I didn't. Okay, yeah, I probably do need to do it for this. How did I? No, that's not. Hello, please learn. Ow. I don't know. I actually got quite bad luck there. Wait. What did I do? What am I doing? I messed it up. I massively messed it up. One, two. Attack. Yeah, why am I having so much trouble with this one? I figured this out. Okay, I think I know what I have. I'll try one more time, so I actually get. Even if I get that, I will win. I can actually just teleport back to the first area because fourth one is actually just located right next to the bigger loop. thing I can do here if I can keep this specific hover up. That can be quite difficult to the rhythm. Okay, so I don't think Ado actually learned anything during those. He did not. Nope. Okay, so one benefit of doing Selection Sphere early is actually gives Ado his best weapon, which of course is just gonna make the rest of the game considerably easier. You just have so much damage now, on top of damage load. And we give him the strength ring as well. So you'd probably think that, because we have damage glitch, which is essentially infinite damage, we still need to kind of hit, like, damage, like, thresholds, like strength thresholds. So we actually deal like meaningful damage with each hit. I didn't teach. Okay, so now we have access to Tornado. You'll be able to see just how strong Tornado is. Unfortunately, I didn't actually get the proc there. That's fine. It just gives me another chance at learning more. Oh, that's close, almost died. Did we learn anything else? No. So we're actually like trying to fish for a skill. But unfortunately, Ado is just not having much luck. Which is fine. So now we get to do Valley of Kings backwards. Now, you'll probably think, wait, don't you need the Purifying Bell? Fortunately, this boss doesn't actually... The only thing that is required for Purifying Bell for this boss is the the small ads around the arena that you would normally need to do. But because we can just fly into the middle part straight away, we don't actually... Of course, Valley of Kings backwards is like kind of a bit weird because there's a lot of doors that are locked. Fortunately, we can fly over the loading trigger, get out of bounds, and we can just obviously get back in down. I'm gonna pick that up because that also gives more strength. Another locked door here. Oh, I did not get that. So this time we're actually gonna go under. It's actually just like instead of having to hover like really hard. And we need to make sure that we get in that breeze. point, otherwise we get stuck. Now, I don't know, for some reason that door is open when it's not supposed to be. Some weird gimmick of this. Do it. Navigate out of bounds, and now we're back in bounds again. Pick up this, just a tiny bit of extra strength. Not really required. Free strength is free strength. Because it's not always that we're relying on damage glitch, but any extra strength actually helps us out considerably. Nice purifying bell for this boss. We still do not have Force Edge. Okay, we now have a guess skill. The Force Edge is like one of the strongest skills, just in general. It's insanely fast. So yeah, it's insanely fast. Does high base damage, and it has such a large like range that it hits so much. Well, you're probably wondering, why am I hovering out here? Now, this isn't normally done in a run. This is just swagged. You go all the way over here. No. Pretty soon there is another trigger out here. Let's just get. So that bridge map has a lot of loading triggers just floating around for some unknown reason. No, it was just meaning like random time loss, honestly, and mostly Nestor being. I forgot my setup for Nestor, but now I remember it. I think it's actually. Okay, so we have Geeseburn coming up. It is notorious for having a very long phase transition. We can set this up right, we can entirely skip that, considering we have so much damage. So we hang sort of over here. Ah. Still have the one blind on. Okay, nope, we retry that. Got the double bind on, so it didn't work properly. I need to remember that. Yeah, right. Hang over here to bait the arm slam. The flash move. 3-4 tornadoes, and then Force Edge. Scissor. Even with like crazy damage, just trying to do that normally, even you would most likely still hit the phase 2 trigger. The phase transition. Which is like 40-second time loss roughly. That boss is not nice for speed settings. Of course, with just keep like progressing down, Gendon, backwards. Now we get to say hello to our old friend again. Probably is faster to still use damage. Yeah, this would usually start like recorder sequence to go get like Orichalcum weapons and all of that. But we don't actually need them anymore. Because the weapons that allow you to kill primordials isn't tied to the weapon. It's actually just a flag. So say like Arrow has his missile team, which is his like best weapon. He wouldn't be able to kill primordials until you complete the quest to actually go get Orichalcum weapons. Just also why we had like quite a bit to do for the raid in the previous route. Orichalcum weapons are required for that raid. Because we have best severely overgeared for this. Everything is just they're basically just in the cleanup stage now. Go to Shlom. Doing this boss early takes so much time, so it's easier to leave it as late as possible. We just one-shot everything. Now we can actually skip getting these flow shoes, but it is actually slightly faster to grab them. I'd probably say it is actually quite a bit faster to grab them. You don't need to move weirdly throughout this area. And it makes the boss, like, considerably easier. possible. Of course, this boss, if you try to do it early, its phasing is all over the place. Okay, so now we get to go into Archaic Chasm now. We need to get the water breathing item. Otherwise we will not be able to do a boss later. So in one of the earlier translations of this game, this place was called Archaic Big Hole. Been quite the joke for quite a while. This is technically a boss, but I don't see it as a boss. It just falls over. And we have a... Now, we're gonna go get boss mode, because we're not gonna go straight to Okeanos. We're gonna do is set up for a different boss that we have to... I need to get SP first. We got double jump on. So we use boss mode to re-trigger the first avocado fight. I'm gonna set them defensive just so I can set this up. Defensive. Now we kill avocado. Now we run out. You can see the fade outs happening because it's just playing the like death sequence. And this is pretty much the same thing we did with the Bed FC, where we ran out during a cutscene. Now, gave us a sort of a glitch state, but now we're actually just going to go back to, because we still technically have boss mode, and if we re-enter that fight, it will just trigger Avocado 1. We kind of don't want right now. So instead, we're actually just going to use... Pick it up, okay. Thanks, Lane. So we're going to actually use our boss mode a better way by using it at Okeanos. Because otherwise it would teleport you back to camp and there's a bunch of cutscenes. Whereas this just instantly starts the fight. So before we would actually get damage glitch on the like hand, but now we are so like over leveled that we can actually just use the orbs now. Okay, this should work. Ah, okay. Didn't get quite enough damage there, but that's fine. If you kill it during the special, it will start the end like straight away. Instead of waiting for it to like go up and come back down. Thanks and that. Now we can go back to what we set up for. Just gives us access to Here God. Now we can go back to Clarion. This time we're actually going to defeat it. And we just have one last boss that we need to fight before the final boss. One down here. Just saw quite early in the run. Thankfully we can just walk in here, because if we went into the next room it would start like the whole like Donna, finding Donna section. Oh. Now we're in the final boss. Hover out, because there's a floor down here. Pass to the boss. Save, because there's a potential soft lock that can happen on Fox 2, but it's in very, very rare. Now that I said that, probably I've only had it once. One time. I can't really do actually have like zero armor, or no armor for the characters, so we can still die here if we're not careful. So soft lock didn't happen, but now this is probably one of the harder parts to get damage glitch on. So ideally you would want to use a skill here instead of using your special, but special makes it considerably safer. Okay. So it's actually bad luck to get the blue balls there. becomes completely invulnerable when he does that. Okay, and damage glitch. That is the final boss defeated, but timing is coming up after we finish the epilogue. Like seconds or so. I did everything right. I should be able to teleport here. And we are finished. Hey, I'm over time from my what do you call it? For my submission, but yeah, that was my first run in like 2 months, so. Well, I did spend like quite a bit of time. Nestor, when I was trying to rework out what I was doing. I realized that I set my... What, my estimated time I set for the run is like a 105, I think it is. And I forgot that I had game time on when I was basing that off. Where is it? Compare against real. I mean, I have what, like 7.5 minutes of like leeway, which should be fine, honestly. Honestly, if I'm like doing like consistent ones for like this week and next week, I'll definitely get the time down a bit further anyway, so. I'm kind of expecting at least some point either this week or next week. Look at Lefty. Yeah, I'm about to go back right now. Gotta wash it. So anything else I wanted to quickly? I can't do another one right now. I can do more tomorrow. Oh, I did save before Nestor. Second attack. That wouldn't have worked if Adol didn't learn a skill though. Oh wait, no, that's fine. Trying to figure out a way if to keep having to do that Donna section. I feel like I thought of something, but I think it's too, like, convoluted, because as soon as you beat Leefros, Pyros, whichever one. Oh, Leefros. Like, whenever you, like, teleport back into this map, it just starts that Donna segment. Apparently, there's just no way out of it. I don't know how viable that would. I need to. Yes, multiple times. Oof. Wait, is that the 8-bit? Was that the 8-bit, rather? Pretty sure I know exactly why that happened. To my own. Oh no! Stop. Huh? That, like, switch? When that gets loose, it can actually just straight up turn off the controller. Because it tries to swap between, like, X input and the other one. Yeah, just... Yeah. Wait, what I want to do... Okay, so yeah, here's where the problem lies. If I teleport here, it starts this Dana segment, which I really do not want. Currently, can't do anything there. Oh, yeah. I don't think how... If there's even any way you could go there. I mean... I don't have Gradica. We do not get Gradica anymore. You can get her, but... Try something. I feel like this is just gonna be like insanely. Oh my god. Wait, if I got boss mode, and then, I don't know, came out... Yeah. Oh wait, would that even... Oh yeah, it doesn't work. It's not the correct layer. Oh wait, no, it is though. There is a way, technically. Is this even like remotely worth it though? Because wait, this will get us out of that like weird state, I think. This probably gives us Adol like straight away. But then there's also, I think, the issue of this, I think. This won't open. Yeah. So you could do this like quite a bit earlier, maybe. Then is like all of what I just did. So from this, go get boss mode, walk back, progress partway through that, go get, and then escape out of Sanctuary, run all the way along the bridge so you can trigger the boss. Like, we can cut out a... I mean, technically the boss mode can be, like, ignored. And the boss can be ignored. But everything up to that... we'd probably have to do... X Metal a lot earlier then. Just fine, I think. Not 100% sure on that though. I'm gonna have a think about it, but I'm gonna stop here. And kind of, I might try and lab this out a bit more later. Thank you everyone for watching, and yeah, I'll probably be doing more tomorrow anyway. So yeah, see you tomorrow.